Ah, fuck. Yo.
Akira.
Do you know who Akira the Dawn is?
Of course, he's amazing.
Yeah. Bang, bang. Yo. What's cracking, gang? How you doing? Crack, crack, crack. Yo, I feel drunk. That's what I realized. I'm like swaying around the place, banging into things, plugging in the wrong stuff. Like slurring. This is a new one on me. I've had stuff where you like get back from the gym and you feel like you've done, I don't know, like a bag of 1990s ecstasy. But I feel straight up drunk. Look, I've got a spinning thing on my face. How did that go? Yo. Yo. Oh man. Alright, pull my shit together. I am broadcasting live across space and time. No one ever told me you get drunk from working out. I've been doing this a long time now. This is like 2.5 years. I don't think I've ever like felt drunk. I did wall balls and back squats and the really annoying one where you do like the one leg and you're standing on the 45-pound thing and you got the barbell and you're going down to the knee.
We have to be very aggressive.
All that stuff. Are you doing the fast back squat because you're doing an EMOM every minute on the minute? And you're doing it in a team with a homie, and the homie they put you with is a really, really experienced champion of a guy. You gotta do your back squats in under a minute, and then you gotta jump on a box and down again 20 times. I honestly feel drunk off my head. Anyway. How do you feel? How are you, dearest Meaningwave Enjoyer? Welcome to the Super Request Show. Who we got in the building? We got James M. Lawson says, I need that shirt. Well, you need to go to meaningwave.com. In which case, that's what you need to do. You need to go to meaningwave.com, which just never comes up automatically. There you go. You need to go there. You go to meaningwave.com. When you get to meaningwave.com, hit the search bar and type in shadow, and that should bring you. Yeah, there you go. That will bring you to the shadow stuff. And look at all this. This is from the mixtape we did called The Shadow, a Berserk Meaningwave mixtape, which is really dope. I made this image using my TV panel from the man, and it's pretty dope. I enjoy it myself. Meaningwave.com, because drunkenness is a side effect of CrossFit, apparently. They actually do this thing there at my CrossFit. They call it drunken row, and you have teams and they go on the rowing machines and drink beers, and they got like massive piles of beers, and you have to like down a beer and then do like 50k on the rower, and then drink another beer and then do another 50k on the rower, and you do that for like multiple hours. I did not partake myself in that. I did not feel ready to return to alcohol in that manner. That's a pretty epic way to return to alcohol. If you're going to return to alcohol. You know, word around town they had like buckets next to the rowing machines. These people are savages. Hey Ray, what's going on with you? We got Jason Eva in the house. What's up, Jason Eva? Regulating. King of the regulators is Jason Eva. Regulating that stuff. Chris Dubinov's in the house says, hell yeah, feels good, you guys rule. It's true, they do, and we do. I'm going to include myself amongst those guys. These guys. That's for Subject. Alright, make some noise, you bad motherfuckers. Zin Z's in the house from Switzerland. Got Switzerland in the house, what is up? Yo, Switzerland, do me a favor and attack the like button with all your might. Everybody follow Zinzi in the direction of the like button. I need you to arm yourselves and go to war on the like button right now. Yeah, right now. I got a shaker. I'm ready for action. I got a shaker.
Standard Frank.
Undeniable. Hey, you're beating shit out of the like button. Get out there! All of you, there's multiple people here who've not yet assaulted the like button. Boom! Right in its face. Bang, bang. This is and kicking off with our first super request. This one is from Mute Barbecue.
What I was looking for.
What up, Mute Barbecue?
You might want to ask yourself.
Boom!
Did I find
What
what I was looking for?
Hey.
The things that you really want in life, yes, money will solve all your money problems, but it doesn't get you everywhere. The first thing you'll realize when you've made a bunch of money is that you're still the same person. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're unhappy, you're unhappy. If you're calm and fulfilled and peaceful, you're still that same person. I know lots of very rich people who are extremely out of shape. I know lots of rich people who have really bad family lives. I know lots of rich people who are internally a mess. So, a calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. Even if you have all the money in the world, you can't have those three things. Jeff Bezos still has to work out. He still has to work on his marriage or whatever his next relationship is. And his internal mental state is still going to be very much not controlled by external events. It's going to be based on how calm and peaceful he's inside. So I think those three things, your health, your mental health, and your close relationships are things that you have to cultivate and can probably bring you a lot more peace and happiness than any amount of money ever will.
I don't think I've ever had such peace and happiness.
A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. A calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. These things cannot be bought, they must be earned. Of money is so that you do not have to be in a specific place at a specific time doing anything you don't want to do.
say Pinche galore. What's cracking, gang? We're kicking it off with the first super request from Mute Barbecue, Calm Mind, Fit Body, and House Full of Love with Naval from that album How to Get Rich Volume 3, came out in 2023. That was last year. It feels like a long time ago now. I just got the artwork done for the next album. I'm looking at it. It's so beautiful. It's right over there. That's good. I just got to do the artwork for the singles. Make some music videos. And then I got to do that. I also have to do the artwork for the other album. They're coming out bang, bang, straight after each other. Bang, bang. What's up, Amcast? What up, Shecky? Christopher Body says, good evening, everyone. William Gore-Siak says, what you working on? What you working on, Meaningwave? What you guys working on? Cyclops924 says, what would you say is your most Depeche Mode-esque Meaningwave song? I'm trying to turn my brother onto the wave. Off the top of my head, there is a track on this album, the one about renting you time to get started. Which is, I mean, it's of that. It's in that wheelhouse, right? Hang on, let me check.
One of the most common questions we get from people is, how do I get the time to start investing in myself? I have a job. They'll kick off the answer with one of the tweets from the cutting room floor, where you said,
boom.
You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. This is only acceptable when you are learning and saving. You will need to rent your time to get started.
you're gonna have to work starting out unless you happen to be born rich, in which case you probably won't have the motivation to make money in the first place. If you're gonna do the work, join a business where apprenticeship matters. Warren Buffett went and tried to work for Benjamin Graham straight out of school to learn how to be a value investor. Ian Ben Graham said, one of the most coveted jobs that's come up in Silicon Valley is being a chief of staff for an entrepreneur. The brightest young kids will follow the CEO or the entrepreneur around and do whatever that person needs them to do. In many cases, they were overqualified for the position. You may have someone who has 2 graduate degrees running the CEO's degree for that day because that's the most important thing that needs to be done. But at the same time, they're also going to be doing all the highest end staff meetings. They're going to be privy to all the venture fundraising decks, all the stress and drama, theatrics, innovation, and knowledge that can only come from being next to the entrepreneur. Because the entrepreneur is willing to do anything and everything to make their company successful. And the chief of staff is coming to them and learning.
You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. This is only acceptable when you get started. You will need to rent your time to get. You will need to rent your time to get started.
I mean, kind of.
You will need to
definitely influenced by that era.
This is only acceptable when you are learning and saving. You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. This is only acceptable when you are learning and saving. You will need to rent your time to get started.
You are currently stuck in a normal job and you don't have the opportunity to learn
it's Monday too.
Model and you need to make money, then go ahead.
Is it a Blue Monday?
Job, but even within the context of that job, try to be innovative, sign up to take on new challenges, new responsibilities, find the part of the steepest learning curve. What you're really trying to avoid is repetitive drudgery. Repetitive drudgery doesn't serve anybody. Then you're essentially just counting the time until your job is automated away. Even if you're a barista at the coffee shop, try to figure out how to make connections with the customers. Try to figure out how to innovate on what you're offering them in your basic service to delight the customer. What will happen is managers, founders, owners, they notice. The hardest thing for any founder is to find people who will work with them who have founder mentality. That's just a fancy way of saying they care enough. But most People will say, well, I'm not the founder, I'm not being paid enough to care. Actually, you are. The knowledge and the skills that you gain by having founder mentality set you up to be a founder down the line, and it pays you in that sense. You can get a lot out of almost any position, you just have to put a lot into it. You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. This is only accessible when you are learning and saving. You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. You will need to rent your time to get started. This is only accessible when you are learning and saving. You will need to rent your time to get started.
You will need to rent your time to bit bop. You will need to rent your time to get started. Nobody chose that. I played that because I was trying to think of. I was answering a question. Someone was asking about whether there's any Meaningwave that sounds like Depeche Mode, and that's got a bit of that vibe about it, I guess. There's some other songs as well. I mean, I know I like Depeche Mode, so I will have been, influenced by them somewhere on the wrong way. That's what happens with the stuff you like. Even stuff you don't like influences you. Did you know that? Did you know that? You can't help it. You are but a wet-brained conduit of non-localized consciousness. And the Byzantine conduit that is your life's experience is what that goes through. That non-localized consciousness travels through that Byzantine conduit. And the Byzantine conduit is it's sticky with all the stuff you've ever done and seen and felt and heard. And that includes the stuff you didn't like. That's a part of it. You gotta be careful. You just sit there hate watching stuff, you're gonna end up creating or putting into the world more of that which you hate. Did you know that? I think you did. You're a smart Meaningwave person. What up, Chris Champagne? 42 months of supporting us here, you G. It's the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. You super chat your request that you want to hear, and we play it. And when I say we, I mean the royal we, aka moi. Your friendly neighborhood Don. That's who. It is I. And I'm going to play you this song that I made. I love this song.
I think, as far as the question of God goes,
this one's for Chris Champagne.
I think, as far as the question of God goes, I wish that science, which is supposed to explore these things, refuses to explore the fundamental question that is of interest not only to religious people, but intensely to atheists as well. They spend a lot of time thinking about something they don't care about, or they pretend they don't care about. That science should spend all their time. They spend time trying to find new galaxies, as if that's important. Since God's an unproven thing, just a hypothesis at this point, I think it would be good to study it. First of all, the scientific method always begins with intuition. Always. The scientific method always begins with intuition. Always. Einstein used intuition. He did not study things objectively and find things. He was struck with something and then followed that notion that he had, or whatever you call that. I call it intuition. intuition that cigarettes cause cancer, which is still unproven, by the way.
By the way,
you don't need evidence. In a court of law, you certainly don't need evidence. You don't need a body. You don't need to find a dead body of something. You know, if all things point to something, I don't know. I have very strong belief in intuition. I got intuition. Intuition. I got intuition. Intuition. You can put divine history if you want to, but that's how important things are discovered. Intuition. I got intuition. And I just find it interesting that something that everyone believes, some people pretend not to. For instance, you will never see an atheist argue that God doesn't exist because the tenets of Scientology are absurd. They will always pick Christianity. It's very interesting that they choose the God that they decide doesn't exist, which means really they're choosing the God they think exists.
On Chris Champagne.
Look like, why do you do that?
What up, fool killer?
I stretch out every day for at least 2 hours. I don't drink. I don't go out. My regimen is I wake up, have oatmeal, run, come back, hit the weights. I'm a big sports guy. I don't leave the house at all. But do stuff like this. And I stretch out at nighttime. I find people that I trust. It's a very small group of people who are honest and true to me. People who will die for me, and I'll die for them, which is a fucking small. And everybody else, man, you know, do you. And I say to myself, hey, I let you do you. I don't judge people, I don't criticize you. You want to be a douchebag and be an ass and not live this country? Do you. Do you.
Do you? Do you?
I don't care, man. I fought for this country for you to do you. And I am all about you doing you because I'm going to fucking do me. And I'm going to do me until I'm fucking dead. And I believe I earned the right. A lot of people have to earn the right. Just because you live in this country, I mean you earn the right. You gotta live a little bit. Live. And then have something to say. Or shut the fuck up, you know? Shut the fuck up. You know? Do you. Do you. Do you.
Yeah.
Do you. And I'm gonna do me until I'm fucking dead. You know? Do you. Do you. Do you. And I'm gonna do me until I'm fucking dead. You know?
That was Do You with David Goggins. I ain't heard that for a long time. Why haven't I heard that? That's a banger. That's just like a... That's a banger. Nice choice, full killer.
Akira.
Yeah, it's the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. Super chat your Meaningwave Super Request and get that shit played. Be the of your homies, they're like, wow, that guy's so cool. He chose that cool song. The cool song that got played on the Meaningwave Super Show. On the Meaningstream. Yeah, it's the Meaningstream. Coming up on the Meaningstream, mañana. Where's my live stream schedule? Is that it? Mañana. Oh yeah, look, mañana we got Anomaly. Anomaly will be here. Anomaling. Those of you that know Anomaly should therefore be pleased and glad, because this will be fun and exciting. Those of you that don't know Anomaly, you will know Anomaly. How about that? Easy. It's going to be dope. What did I say in my write-up that we were going to talk about? I wrote a little thing. I said, we're joined on the Meaningstream by Brother Anomaly, culture and political commentator, rapper, and world famous disco dancing chandelier bodderer. We'll discuss his journey, the world, and the lane he's created for himself, and maybe even how to consistently piss off every side of every political argument, because he's very good at that. He's great at that, amongst other things. Yes, indeedy. That will be tomorrow. And in case you didn't see, we tend to announce our streams ahead of time these days. Not too many days ahead. But a little ahead, so you can have a look here on the live and see what's coming up. I need to list more. I haven't finished the thumbnails. I have lots of thumbnails to make. Chris Champagne said his name is Herbal Essence Bear. Yeah, there you go. Where are we? Here we are. Anyway, yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Wednesday, it's not listed, but Wednesday we're doing a special lo-fi live score of a Manly P. Hall speech, which I think we'll find illuminating and useful. Thursday, we're doing a very special, super fun, super hype, super pump DJ set that's going to be one of those things that you want to play over and over and over again for years. And then it will be Friday already, because time is very speedy, and we'll be having a party. Boom, 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 on and on it goes, baby, and next thing you know, it'll be Christmas. Mental. Anyway, we should do the international high five, don't you think? Anyone here who's not yet punched the like button in the dick, kindly head over yonder, like that. That like button, right in the like button. Kick that like button right in the like button. And before we go any further, we should do the International High Five. The International High Five, of course, is that wonderful ceremony where we high five each other across space and time, combining and redistributing our energies and thus amplifying them. It's one of those, what do you call them? Network effects. The effect that you get epic power. Epic power. Epic power. So for the International High Five today, please do let me know where you are. And that's it. Let me know where you are. That's all I want to know. And if you want to add something else, please do. What up, Nomadic Adventures? What up, Mason? What up, Free State Games? What up, Venice Beach Dub Club? He says, ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas.
Amanda Dancy says, my dick hurts. Excuse me? Oh, no, the like. Amanda Dancy says that my dick hurts, says the like button. Free State Games. I still feel drunk. Have you ever had that? I've never had that before, I don't think. I've never gone to the gym and then come back feeling drunk. Unless I went to the gym and drank a load of booze. Didn't do that. Busted out a load of back squats and shit. Squats, back squats. Gosh. Kyle Reefers in Alabama. So that's definitely international because I'm in Mexico. Four Killers in Maryland. Did I ever tell you a story about how I got bit on the dick by a jellyfish in Maryland? I probably did. Illings in Denver. Free State Games is in the hizzy. Amcast is in Virginia. Zinzi is in Switzerland. And Lidl Niko is in Canada. Jason Eve is in the Philippines. I don't know how this has happened. I don't know how going to the gym's made me drunk, but I can't type. I was just trying to write in take risk, right? Because Jackie just requested take risk. And you know what I've written? TAKKEWRISKT, which is nothing like take risk. That's like take risque or something. What the That's mental. I gotta get Huberman Labs on the case. We need to look into this immediately. This is an emergency. What is going on? What's crazy is like I used to get drunk at DJ all the time. Like for years, like most DJs are drunk. Did you know that most DJs are drunk? They are. I was very drunk. I was very good, you know, but it's really amazing now to think of that. Because the way I'm feeling now, like, good lord. Anything could occur. Demolition Daddy's in Boston. Bush Champagne's in Massachusetts, and Free State Games is in New Hampshire, yo. Jackie Bain's in Brooklyn. Tom Dennison is in Arizona. You know, we've got people all over the place. I would say that calls for an international high five. Wouldn't you? Would you not consider that to be the case? Good lord. I'm going to vomit. How about that? Would that be rock and roll? 3, 2, 1. Cinco! Alto. Cinco alto in the house. Cinco alto in the house. Cinco alto in the house, Cinco alto in the house, yes, 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 yes.
I realize this.
Hey, listen, it's the least listened to Meaningwave song. I'm very interested to see at the end of this month, when Jason runs the numbers, if this is still the least listened to Meaningwave song. It's also shit. Jason chose this, shouts out to Jason. It's James Altucher's birthday, isn't it? Happy birthday, James Altucher!
Akira.
Feliz cumpleaños.
I realized this way back. First off, everybody says, oh, ideas are a dime a dozen, execution is everything. And they just assume that at some point they'll be walking around and like lightning will strike them and they'll think, oh my God, people should share cars and I'll make an app in the middle to connect people with cars and I'll call it Uber. No, ideas don't really work like that. Nor does execution work the way most people think. People think, I'm going to take this great idea and now I'm going to do it. The doing it can happen in 1,000 different ways. You don't realize there's a whole spectrum of execution ranging from really, really bad so that an idea will fail, or really, really good so that even a bad idea may have a chance for success. Having ideas is like a muscle. Having ideas is like a muscle. Idea muscle. Having ideas is like a muscle. Idea muscle. I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day. Idea muscle. Doesn't have to be a good idea or a bad idea. Idea muscle. But it keeps that idea muscle in practice. If you're sick and you lie in
bed for 2 weeks. You might actually need physical therapy to walk again. Your leg muscles atrophy that fast. It's the same thing with ideas. You don't have ideas every day. Your idea muscle is not going to get bigger. It might atrophy. And so I try to practice. I'll come up with a topic and I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day around. Each day will be a different topic, but I'll try to have 10 good ideas around that topic. Now, they won't be good ideas because you can't have 3,650 good ideas a year, but I try to make sure they're as good as they possibly could be. I've been doing this ever since I wanted to network, and I'm not a very good networker. I wanted to ask my heroes, can I buy you a cup of coffee and pick your brain? And so I wrote to 20 people. They didn't even say no. None of them responded. Why would they respond? Warren Buffett's not going to say, hold everything. Clear my schedule, Gladys. He's never going to even respond to me. He's going to think I'm an idiot. So then I started writing down, I started researching everyone's business, and I started writing down 10 ideas for Warren Buffett's business, 10 ideas for this person's business, 10 ideas for this person's business. And then I would send those ideas to the people, and I would say, hey, you don't have to respond to this. I don't want anything, but I really admire you and your business. Things where I think your business can improve. And then I started getting responses, and it actually changed my life, some of those responses. And so I started doing it every single day without fail. Since then. Idea muscle. Having ideas is like a muscle. Idea muscle. I'll try to practice having 10 ideas a day. Idea muscle. Doesn't have to be a good idea or a bad idea. Idea muscle. But it keeps that idea muscle in practice.
Idea muscle. Happy birthday, James Altucher.
When I kind of dropped my discipline, I stopped doing it, and I immediately felt the consequences. But now I do it every single day. It doesn't have to be a good idea or a bad idea, but it keeps that idea muscle in practice. And usually by number 7, it's like a workout. Like my brain is sweating. Keep counting. Like, can I hit 10 yet? And then 8, 9, 10 are the hardest. And it takes me 10% of the time is the first 7, and the other 90% of the time is the last 3. So then I know it's a decent lift.
Nice one, Jason Eber. Happy birthday, James Altucher. If you missed it, we had a stream last week or whatever it was, a little bit, some point recently, called Bottom 50, which was a spin on our Top 50 stream. And we thought, hey, what if we checked out what, instead of the most streamed Meaningwave songs were, because you know there's 600 plus Meaningwave songs. So we go, all right, what's the most streamed? And, you know, they are what they are. We're like, well, someone was like, I think it was Yoga Mac, said, hey, I bet the bottom 50 are just as fire. And so we were like, hey, let's check it out. So we did the bottom 50, and the bottom 50 was fire. And that was right at the bottom. That was the least listened to Meaningwave track. And it's great, obviously. So we'll check in again next month. I mean, I won't necessarily stream it, because if it's too similar, what's the point? But if it's different, that'd be interesting. So we made a playlist, actually. Jason, could you post the link to the playlist? So we made a playlist of the bottom 50, and so you can listen to those, and with the idea that maybe people listening to them might move them out of the bottom 50, and then we'd have a different bottom 50, you know what I mean? But who knows? Amcast says, I'm going to start sending Akira 10 ideas a day. Thanks, look forward to that. Fool Killer wants to listen to this information with Grant Morrison if possible. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if it's got it on the machine. Meaningwave requests. Although this information with Grant Morrison is proto-Meaningwave. I'll see if I can find it. See if I can find that, my good man. Bottom 50 was fire, says our Sivian. Yo, yeah, exactly. I mean, you would think that because you're on the bottom of the world, aren't you? In the great upside down. That is if we ignore flat earth people. You know, if we ignore the flat earth people, we could say Australia's on the underneath of the world. Although that's just my prejudice, because I grew up in the UK, so you were on the opposite side for me. And for whatever reason, they used to describe it like that at school, that like they were on the bottom. Australia was on the bottom. That's weird when you think about it, right? Because if you're on a spinning thingamajig, nutsack, like who decides what's the top and what's the bottom? You know what I mean? Very interesting on the part of my teachers. But you know, Australia is very influential on British culture. Neighbours is a soap opera called Neighbours, which is an Australian soap opera, is on every day, and that was the thing that everybody watched. And if you didn't watch that, you get bullied in school. When I was at school, you know what I mean? The Australians have got disproportionate cultural influence over the UK for whatever reason. Venice Beach Dub Club, what's up, baby? Says, I got a tune and a video with Anomaly called Fundemic. It's lit, check it. Yo, email me that. Send me that at akiradadon@gmail.com. Or inquiries at meaningwave.com. I'll check that out. Send it me, yeah, mail me that, and I'll do my best to check it out before tomorrow's stream with Anomaly. I did myself. All right, it's the super request show. Super chat your request. Maybe you'll get it played. Well, you will get it played. What was next? Next, it was Ill Inc. Ill Inc. has made a great request. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna put some space on. This is appropriate. Shall we bring back the green screen, by the way? What do you reckon? Should we bring back the green screen? Right now we've got this, you know, our sophisticated studio vibe with our studio lighting and our wall. You know what I mean? Our studio wall. If you remember, at one point we had a green screen. We used to like put ourselves into a spaceship and things of that nature. Would you like to see the return of the green screen, or do you like the sexy studio? This one goes out to a link.
Well, the argument for the simulation, I think, is quite strong. Because if you assume any improvements at all over time, any improvement, 1%, 0.1%, and the time frame, make it 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. A civilization, if you're very generous, civilization is maybe 7,000 or 8,000 years old. If you count it from the first writing, this is nothing. This is nothing. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality.
Apart from on the Switch.
Or civilization will end. One of those two things will occur. Anyway, I don't want to sound like things are too dark, because I think like you kind of have to be optimistic about the future. There's no point in being pessimistic. It's just too negative. Go! It doesn't help. You know, I think you want to be... I mean, my theory is like you'd rather be optimistic. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. At least we're on that side. Because if you're pessimistic, you're just going to be miserable. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. And ultimately, you know, even if we just sort of existed as humans forever, eventually there'll be like the heat death of the universe. A zillion years from now. Eventually it's going to end. It's just a question of when. So it really is all... The universe as we know it will dissipate in combined mist might as well call them reality, or you could call them multiverse. And they're running on a substrate. That substrate is probably boring. When we create a simulation, like a game or a movie, it's a distillation of what's interesting about life. It takes a year to shoot an action movie. And then that's all distilled down into 2 or 3 hours. So let me tell you, if you see an action movie being filmed, it's boring, super boring. It takes lots of takes. Everything's in a green screen. Looks pretty goofy.
Wow.
Doesn't look cool.
Synchronicity, yes it does.
Yeah, it can have great editing. It's amazing. So I think most likely, if we're a simulation, it's really boring outside the simulation. Because why would you make a simulation that's boring? It makes a simulation way more interesting than base reality. When you're in that virtual reality, which is only going to get better, where are you? Where are you really? You aren't anywhere. We're in the computer. Why do you think you're where you are right now? You might not be. Right now you think you're in a studio in LA.
Akira.
You might be in a computer. Yeah. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right. Than pessimistic and right.
Wow. Optimistic and wrong. Akira the Don and Elon Musk from the Elon A Space Odyssey EP from 2019. That features a sample from it's kind of what's from a remix I did for a band called Air France. It was me and Joey Two Tits, who was in my band. We did a remix for a band called Air France, and that was put out on the B-side of one of their singles. And then I sampled that on that song. Got no excuses now. That's where that's from. That's a banger. If you ain't heard that tune, I recommend it. It's a good one. And that was for L Inc. Nice one, L Inc. Well chosen. It's the Meaningwave Live Super Request Show. Super chat your request. You get that play. This next one. Jackie! The return of Naval.
Embrace accountability and take business risks under your own name. Society will reward you with responsibility, equity, and leverage.
To get rich, you're gonna need leverage. Leverage comes in labor, it comes in capital, or it can come through code or media. But most of these, like labor and capital, people have to give to you. For labor, somebody has to follow you. For capital, somebody has to give you money or assets to manage, or machines. So to get these things, you have to build up credibility. And you have to do those under your own name as much as possible, which is risky. So accountability is a double-edged thing. It allows you to take credit when things go well and to bear the brunt of the failure when things go badly. But you take risk. So you take risk of failure, risk of humiliation. You take risk of failure under your own name. You take risk. That's right. Risk. And And the people who have the ability to fail in public under their own names gain a lot of power. Take risks.
You gotta take a risk and smash the shit out of that like button. I promise the police won't arrest you for a hate crime.
Risk of failure, risk of
It's
humiliation.
nothing like playing piano in front of the communist Chinese in London.
That's right. Risk.
Which does risk a hate crime.
And the people who have the ability to fail in public under their own names gain a lot.
What are you gonna do about it?
People stamping their names on things aren't foolish. They're just confident by putting your name out.
Ellen says we need a Naval emoji. We had one. We should bring it back.
Downsides. It's
let me check.
anonymous and rich than poor and famous, but even famous and rich has a lot of downsides associated with it. You're always in the public eye. A lot of our training socially is telling us to not stick our necks out of the crowd. The tall poppy gets cut. Stick your neck out. But clear accountability is important. Without accountability, you don't have incentives. Without accountability, you can't build credibility. You take risks. Risk. So you take risk of failure, risk of humiliation. You take risk of failure under your own name. You take risk. And the people who have the ability to fail in public under their own names gain a lot of power. In modern society, there's no more debtor's prison. People don't go to jail or get executed for losing other people's money, but we're still socially hardwired to not fail in public under our own names. Up until about 2013, 2014, my public persona was entirely around startups and investing, and only around 2014, 2015 did I start talking about philosophy and psychological things. And it made me a little nervous because I was doing it under my own name. People in the industry sent me messages like, what are you doing? You're ending your career. This is stupid. And I kind of just went with it. I took a risk. Same with crypto early on. I took a risk. But when you put your name out there, you take a risk, you also get to reap the reward. You get the benefits. People take a risk. You take a risk to certain things, you get to reap the rewards and the benefits. You take risk. So you take risk of failure, risk of humiliation. You take risk of failure under your own name. You take risk. And the people who have the ability to fail in public under their own names gain a lot of power. Has a lot of power. My own name has a lot of accountability. Is powerful. Confidence. People take risk. The risk. Take risk. And benefits. Has a lot of power. My own name has a lot of power. Accountability.
Oh my gosh! Forgot about this. What album is this on? Was this on 2 or 3? Anyone know? I should know, shouldn't I? I didn't make it. It was volume 2. But this is why. Because there's a lot of this kind of feeling on 3. And 3, of course, like feeling-wise, was combining the vibes of 1 and 2. Of course.
Has a lot of power.
What's up, Jackie Payne? That goes out to you. Nice choice. Smart choice. Take risk. Take risk. Take risk and super chat your Meaningwave super request. It's not really a risk because you'll get your song played. That's no risk.
Has a lot of power.
It's a good idea. It's incredible, really.
It's powerful.
Imagine, right? You could go back in time and see your favorite band that isn't Akira the Dawn and Meaningwave, and just like give them a small amount of money and they'll play the song you want. Crazy. And then all your homies go, yay, look how smart and cool you are for choosing that song. Utterly baffling. What a time to be alive. Power. What up, Free State Game says Akira is the man. You are breathtaking. Shouts out to all the members. Guess what, members? I forgot to mention, because I forgot. Last week, I remember mentioning to you that if we had 9 more members, we'd open up a new emoji slot. Well, we got those members. We got a new emoji slot. There is now room for another emoji. We've got room for a new emoji, brothers and sisters. And of course, it's a great responsibility. That's an incredible responsibility. What emoji do we need? We've currently got the ones that we've got. We've got one that says nice. We've got a nuke. We've got me with laser eyes. We've got a Marcus one. We've got a JVP one. We've got a Jocko one. We've got a couple of me ones. Maybe get rid of one of those and swap something else as well. I don't know. We've got a Meaningwave logo. We've got a Goggins face. We've got a dancing lump. We've got a purple wave. We've got an Alan Watts. We've got a nuke. We've got a banger and a nuke and a yeet and a Rogan head and a bop and a Joseph Campbell head, because that Joseph Campbell album came out at the beginning of this month, which feels like a long time ago. What emojis do we need, though? What do we need? I mean, you've got to think of it this way, right? The point of an emoji is to help to express something, right? That maybe words could not, or in a way that words could not, or as a shorthand for something that would take a long time to describe. You know what I mean? Oh, suddenly people are sending requests and I've got to write them down. Oh boy. It never rains, but it pours. Anyway, yeah, so have a think about that and maybe spitball. Maybe drop them in the chat. Drop a load in the chat. Jason, do me a favor, keep an eye on the chat and see if and keep an eye out for what emojis people want, and then let me know afterwards. So yeah. Hey, actually, I will have a vote later. We'll get it down. Maybe we'll get it down to like a short list, and then we can have a vote in the chat. We can do that. But yeah, just let me know what emoji you want. What kind of emoji do you want? Or I'll just make something up like I often do. Yeah! Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. Yeah, we be. Meaningwave Live, Super Request Show, Super Crap, Super Chat, bitch, bat, bitch, bitch, bat, bat, bat. Super Chat your Meaningwave request to get that shit played. That was Take Risk. That was completely fuck up the vibes. Get your tissues out. Or put up an umbrella because it's going to start raining indoors.
Akira. He's gone. He's got clout.
This is a tough weekend for me, my friend. Then I go home. I don't know why. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother me. Gotta go to the cemetery.
Actually, maybe this would have been a better way of doing that. Alright, so this was something interesting and rare that Full Killer wanted to hear.
The deal is this, like you,
Like everyone here, we're trying to figure what's going on. Why do we feel different? Why don't we fit into this world? Why do we think that they're not telling us the truth? Every single one of us here is the same thing. There's no distinction of being deluding ourselves in the worst way of all, but believing in the individual. Everyone told us the individual was the most important thing we could be. What if the individual was the fake? What if the individual was the crock? When you talk about the individual and you deal with the individual, you find that the end of the individual is neurosis. On the national scale, that same thing closed borders, war, destruction, ends in disaster. What do we do next? What are we going to do?
Please select your option now.
Akira.
He's got clout.
This is a tough weekend for me, my friend. Then I go home. I don't know why. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother me. Gotta go to the cemetery. Gotta drive around the neighborhood. Gotta see all my old haunts. You realize how old you are. You know, you realize life moved on. All you have is your fucking memories, you know. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. When I drive on 76th Street and I'm parked in that light, I'm gonna make a left at the Lex light on 77th to go to Luke's house. And I look over my right shoulder and I don't see Ashway's there. It just does something to me, you know? It just fucking does something to me. I don't break down. I don't need to go to a therapist. But it just, it kicks you in the stomach. It kicks your youth in the stomach. Kicks who you were as a child in the stomach. I didn't know anything as a kid. I just always thought Ashway's would be there. See what I'm saying? We all have our own Ashways. We all have memories of that fucking childhood deli or pizza place or Chinese place or whatever the fuck that you were in there and you tortured the people and they gave you credit and one day you swallowed a fucking roach in there by mistake and they didn't tell nobody and they gave you free food for the rest of your life. I'll say that name for the rest of my life. Ashways, you know. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world.
Joey!
The more I get to go home, I'll drive by at night and I just shake my head. You know, I always go down by my mother's bar and make a left on Bergeron Avenue and I see what that's like now. And that's completely different. And I hook a left on New York Avenue. I shoot all the way up to like fucking 48th and I cut all the way to fucking Hudson Avenue. And I go all the way to 60th and I make a fucking left down to Kennedy Boulevard and I hit Veneris. And I see what it looks like at night. And I make a fucking right up. I got the same route every time though. Because that's the route I had as a child. I don't know. And that's it. I don't get out. I don't breathe the air. I just take that one ride to see what happened. Just kick me in the stomach. Just to shoot whatever dreams I had down. That I was like, I have to go back to Jersey. It's gonna be the same, you know. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. I went down there when I was with my daughter last year. I took her down there and I walked around with them. I took them to the fucking park I played at. I had a great time with them. I didn't break down physically or mentally or nothing. I thought I would, Lee. See, right now, sometimes I think, oh my God, this is gonna be hard on me. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. I breeze right fucking through it. You know, I thought when I would walk into the high school a few years ago, I'd have a nervous breakdown. None of that shit happened. None of that shit happened. little bit sometimes. I go, wow, I remember walking on the street after I did this, or I remember walking on the street after I did that. 30 years ago, I was getting chased in that fucking parking lot. Chased. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. Now I pull up to my house. You know, I look at the baby, I look at my wife, and I go, what the fuck happened?
Every time, man like Uncle Joey. Stupid memories. I've been. That's one of those rare Meaningwave songs that isn't on a DSP because I'd be aiming at getting Uncle Joey's permission and getting hold of him. It's very hard. I joined his Patreon and messaged him there, and eventually he got back, and I sent it him and asked him if he would give his permission to put it out. And he got back. He goes, "Oh, I'll check it out later." Then he got back and he goes, "That's really good." But didn't answer the question about putting it out. And then I asked him again. He goes, "Let me check later." And then he got back. He goes, "Good work, brother." And I still haven't got a straight answer out of him. But one of these days, because I want to make an Uncle Joey album. I do. I love Uncle Joey. And he's one of these people. He's a great exemplar of certain things that we've heard about in Meaningwave. Dr. Peterson, for example, talks a lot about how important it is to write things down, so that you understand them, so that you see them what they are, and so on. So there's lots of reasons for writing things down. And Uncle Joey did a lot of writing things down, which is how he's, able to kind of navigate through his stories and his life and so on and so forth, and has this vivid actuality of being. He's a great exemplar of that methodology. Anyway, that was a good request. It was a wonderful request. Who requested that? I've forgotten already. Who requested that? Does anybody know? My systems have failed me. By Jove. Let me put on an instrumental. I find it weird talking without music on. I get so used to talking without music on. When there's no music on, I feel naked up here. There you go, that's better. There's music now. Being music on is good because if you have to go check something, I'm trying to turn the music up a bit. There's no dead air. Music destroys dead air. It's an absolute miracle. That was Cosmic Kangaroo. And before that was this information from Grant Morrison, which was the intro to my second album, The Life Equation. Of course, my first album was about the individual, the importance of the individual, the right of the individual to be an individual, and the individual starting to interface with the world. The second album was, of course, about when you realize that it's not just the individual in the world, and there is a whole world to interface with. And I used the part of Grant Morrison talking at DisinfoCon to kick it off. What happened to Disinfo? Interessante. Anyway, Cosmic Kangaroo there chose Stupid Memories, excellent thinking. And a weird and interesting one now from Orsivian, who's requested not a song, but just a bit of a Meaningwave experiment wherein we sort of did a wave, a musical versioning of an audiobook short story. Not one of the live ones where I play music and we listen to a thing live. It's one of the ones where I cut up the vocal and retimed it subtly in order to work better with the music and scored it somewhat in a more studied manner. But anyway, our friend Alcivian wanted to hear Harrison Bergeron, but just the epic part from the 10-minute mark where Harrison Bergeron enters. People need to know this exists. There is an issue with this, which is, I would say this is a spoiler, right? This is a spoiler for the story. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the story of Harrison Bergeron, you haven't read it yet, or you haven't yet listened to the Harrison Bergeron Meaningwave, maybe put your fingers in your ears for a minute or so.
There was the shriek of a door being torn from its hinges. Screams and barking cries of consternation came from the television set. The photograph of Harrison Bergeron on the screen jumped again and again, as though dancing to the tune of an earthquake. George Bergeron correctly identified the earthquake, and well might have, for many was the time his own home had danced to the same crashing tune. "My God," said George, "that must be Harrison." The realization was blasted from his mind instantly by the sound of an automobile collision in his head. When George could open his eyes again, the photograph of Harrison was gone. A living, breathing Harrison filled the screen. Clanking, clownish, and huge, Harrison stood in the center of the studio. The knob of the uprooted studio door was still in his hand. Ballerinas, technicians, musicians, and announcers cowered on their knees before him, expecting to die. "I am the Emperor," cried Harrison. "Do you hear? I am the Emperor. Everybody must do what I say at once." He stamped his foot and the studio shook. "Even as I stand here, crippled, hobbled, sickened, I am a greater ruler than any man who ever lived. Now watch me become what I can become." Watch me become what I can become. Watch me become what I can become.
Wow, I haven't listened to that for ages. That's amazing. And that's a little bit of Harrison Bergeron, the Meaningwave version. And you can find that on our Bandcamp. You can find that on our YouTube, and you can find that on the link that Jason just helpfully posted in the chat. Nick Mayorga says, "When I'm feeling like too much media has me believing, I play this to break the spell."
Akira.
Smart. Nomadic Adventures says, "This song has helped so much darkness in life." Hi. Like Cam says, Joey got that immigrant mentality. Hey. See what people are saying about emojis. Why did my chat stop? Oh well, anyway. JT the Lionheart wanted to see a Dune wave emoji. Bad Buddha is sorry for being late. How dare you! So, did you hit the like on the way in? In which case, all is forgiven. Free State says an AMCAP emoji. Amcast says a Dune wave emoji. Free State Games wants a Pepe. Mute Barbecue needs a Scott Adams one. We used to have Dogbert We did used to have a dog there. Ill Ink says, how about a smash the like emoji? That could be useful. The amount of time I have to remind you, ingrates, that would be useful. Amcast says, I must not fear, and I am an F. Imminent. Cosmic Kangaroo says, an official Meaningwave high five emoji. That would be cool. You could only ever use it one time during the stream, but when everybody did it all at once, that could be cool. JC the Lionheart says, how can we symbolize the awakening of the Quizits Hazarak? I don't know how to pronounce that in one symbol. Wag me emoji, says James McGraw. Free State Games wants a Bitcoin emoji. Shecky Pavel says a Maz. We used to have one. What about a Wave Rider emoji with a Dune reference, like a Sand Dune wave emoji? Big brain. Ill Ink, Graham Hancock emoji. Big Bad Wolf says, this song hits me. Hit the like in the way that the song hit you. Thanks. Going for He-Man, I have the power emoji or Snarf from Thundercats because reasons. I think we used to have a He-Man one. Maybe that was on Twitch. Or maybe it was on Twitch. We still haven't gone back to Twitch. We do need to go back to Twitch just to go over there and kick everyone's ass. And just remind them who the GOAT is. Nomadic Adventure says, negative energy not wanted here, very simple. Well, obviously. I don't know how you put that in an emoji. I don't think it's even necessary. That's like people who walk around Hollywood Boulevard with I hate Trump t-shirts on. It's like, you've got that guy's face on you. You're a fan. That's such a weird thing to do. Why would you put someone's face on you that you claim to hate? Why would you give power to that? You're crazy. People are so weird. They've got people talking about sand dunes. Okay. Porcupine emoji says Free State Games. Porque? Why? Why a porcupine emoji? That's interesting. Big Bad Wolf says these moments will be in those memories. I love MAZ and I love these live streams. Well, we love you. How about that? You're listening to Akira the Don's Ghost in the Shell theme remix, which part of that was used in Harrison Bergeron. This is a very specific period of my production style. I don't really make music that sounds like this anymore, but I did make music that sounded like this for about 9 months. It was very cool. No one else ever did that. A very unique style of mine. Insanely massive sort of Phil Spector trap or something.
I hold at your neck the Gomja bar. The Gomja bar, the high-handed enemy. It's a needle with a drop of poison on its tip. Don't pull away or you'll feel that poison. Don't must know about poisons. The quick ones and the slow ones and the ones in between. Here's a new one for you, the ganja bar. It kills only animals. It kills only animals. Only animals. It kills only animals. You dare suggest if you stand up an animal? Let us say, I suggest you may be human.
Let us say, I suggest you may be human.
If you withdraw your hand from the box, you die. This is the only rule. This is the only rule. If you withdraw your hand from the box, you die. This is the only rule. This is the only rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Keep your hand in the box and live. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. I must not fear. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. When the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. When the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Pain.
James McGraw, what's up? Nice choice.
Akira.
Austin Zimbrunning says thanks for the most proper introduction to man through Watt's way. Still pulling gems to the surface from his glorious third eye. Please come in.
X marks the spot. X marks the spot. Imagine this going on and on. Supposing my finger were indefinitely long. Both fingers. They're just crossing each other. Now on one side of it, it's a pair of scissors. And it cuts. What is it on the other side? Why, it's opening female legs.
up y'all. Big up Austin. Austin Sunburn chose that song. Did not choose for me to mix in two different Madonna songs over the top of it at the same time, but I do like to do that. They sound really good. Shouts out to Michael Bacchioni. Were you requesting a song or were you just sending $5 to be nice? Amanda wants a Joseph Campbell song called Here It Is. We don't have one. Well, I wonder what that one is. Resident Joseph Campbell Meaningwave Expert Fool Killer. What song does Amanda refer to? I mean, Here It Comes. Could be that. One about getting old. It's a lovely song.
This is very good.
Well, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? I don't. I have no idea. L Inc. What did L Inc. want to listen to? L Inc. wanted to listen to a lovely song with Graham Hancock. What a great intro. Michael says, no request, just thanks for what you do, brother. You are breathtaking.
Look what's happening in the Amazon, the lungs of our planet, this precious home of biodiversity. The old-growth rainforest being cut down and replaced with soybean farms so we can feed cattle so that we can all eat hamburgers. Only a truly insane global state of consciousness could allow such an abomination to occur. I did a back-of-an-envelope calculation. During the Iraq War, it seems to me that 6 months' expenditure on the Iraq War would have solved the problem of the Amazon forever. Sufficient to compensate the peoples of the Amazon so that no single tree ever needed to be cut down again to garden and look after that amazing resource. We can't make that decision as a global community. We can spend countless billions on warfare, on hatred, on fear, on suspicion, on division, but we can't get together the collective effort to save the lungs of our planet. The message I was is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. 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 The message life on Earth. Nature of life on Earth. Nature of life on Earth. And this is perhaps why shamans from the Amazon are now mounting a kind of reverse missionary activity. When I've asked shamans about the sickness of the West, they say it's quite simple. You guys have severed your connection with spirit. Unless you reconnect with spirit and do so soon, you're going to bring the whole house of cards down around your heads and ours. And rightly or wrongly, they believe that ayahuasca is the remedy for that sickness. And many now are being called to the Amazon to drink ayahuasca. And ayahuasca shamans are traveling throughout the West, offering the brew, often under the radar, often at personal risk, to bring about consciousness change. And it's true that the message of ayahuasca is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. 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 The message of ayahuasca, the universal message, is about the sacred, magical, enchanted, infinitely precious nature of life on Earth. 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 Material and spiritual realm, then it's impossible to work with ayahuasca for long without being deeply and profoundly affected by this message.
LP, chosen by Inc.
Next stage
and now
of the human development is that of
Amanda Dances. Here's your song
coming up. Just about when you learn how to do what they've been trying to teach you, and you begin to fumble. Then you have to pull yourself together, and for another few years, act as though you still could do it. Then everybody else begins to see you. He's not doing so well. They put another waiter in to take over the job for you and that kind of thing. You're gradually eased out. You're gradually eased out. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. In other words, the first function of the local social mythology was to bring you from childhood dependency to responsibility in terms of the social demand. And then just about when you're beginning to feel good about it all, the society that has said you've got to do what we want begins to say, well, looks as though you can't do what we want, so you're on your own. Then you have what's called a nervous breakdown. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. The next problem, then, in a mythological order that is going to take care of us, is to tell us what to do with our psyches when that begins to happen. The economic problem isn't the main one. Not that somebody should, give you a fishing rod and send you out fishing and then have dinner for you and come home. It's what are you going to do with that power inside you? What are you going to do that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power? The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. You've become somewhat aware of the world, the mystery of the world, and you just don't want to go doodling along with silly little children's tasks, and that's not what you're with. It's not what you're ready for. There are problems to face. The most challenging one is death. Man is the only animal that knows he's going to die. And as soon as you fumble that ball, it's coming. It's coming. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. So, we find this wonderful problem, and the mythologies in general, the religions, have served it. They have provided images, tasks, discipline that carry the child from dependency to responsibility. From simple responsibilities, those the society says you've got to accept. And then they've provided a way out. They tell you that daddy will be up there and you're going back home.
Makes me cry a bit.
Now this isn't quite enough anymore.
And then they all laugh, assholes.
Is it any wonder that our clergymen look a little bit anxious these days?
Yeah, that's true. Hey. Amanda dances. That was a great super request. Meaningwave Live. Super request show, super chat. Your request.
Does complacency come with age, and do I have the urge to
Amcast was cracking.
Does complacency come with age, and do I have the urge to back off? Negative.
No.
Negative. Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off? Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more now than I ever have in my whole life.
Yo, Tambia.
Dinged up? Of course I do. It takes some injuries. You know what? No factor. No factor. Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And time waits for no man.
Go! like button with everything you got.
No complacency.
Nada.
No.
What up, Maria?
No backing off. No slack whatsoever.
Zero.
Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. So, like the end of a hard day, you can put your head down with ease. Satisfied that you give it your best. Fight. Whoa! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. Fight. Whoa! Fight that ticking clock with everything you got. 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 Every fight. Whoa! Fight that ticking clock
With everything you
got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got.
Yeah. Fight that like button with everything you got. Also the ticking clock. Ticking clock needs to get it. You know what I mean? All that ticking. Tick off. Tick off clock. We over here getting after it. I got my boy going with me to the gym now, right? He's not quite old enough for like full-blown CrossFit classes or nothing like that. We're easing him in, you know? He's enjoying it, he's hanging around, he loves it, he likes the vibe. And his little mission, we're getting him strong this week. We're taking him from being able to do a dead hang for 30 seconds to 60 seconds this week. So like last week he could do 30 seconds, and today we went in and he did 40. 40. He hung there like a little monkey, like squeezing his face up. Plus that 40 seconds dead hang. We're going to get him up to a minute this week. It's going to be great. He also followed me around filming, which was funny. My instructor, Yako, kept like telling him to move. He was proper Martin Scorsese in it. And also doing that wonderful thing. You ever got kids and they're like, "Oh, can I use your phone? I want to film you doing something cool or whatever." Right? You're like, "Yeah, okay, cool." It's interesting seeing things through their eyes, right? But then it's interesting when you get the phone back and it's something like, what's this one? It's just stuff like that. What's he doing? Oh, he's filming himself on the treadmill. There he is. He's on the treadmill. Very nice. There he was on the treadmill. What else did he film himself doing? He filmed. What does he film? What is this? Anyway. He filmed himself in slow motion. He filmed me lying on the floor. There you go. That's me at the end. Lying on the floor. Lovely. More me on the floor. Delightful. And he filmed me carrying a box. See, that's what we get down. We carry boxes in the gym. Very nice. Anyway, and yeah, I'll oh, I did film him doing his dead hang, but I'm gonna film his dead hang progress, and I'll let you know at the end of the week. And maybe we'll get him in there. What I would like to do is actually install a bar here. That's a freaking good idea. I wanted to get a bar in this studio, but maybe if I got one like right here, and then Hercules could do dead hangs in the back of the stream while we're streaming. That would be pretty cool, huh? That would be lovely. What's he doing there? And there's me throwing a ball. Lovely. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep you abreast of his progress. Jackie says, you would be great at my storage moving party. Yeah, I would. I'm very good at that sort of thing. I'm like the best person I know at moving house because I've done it so many times. Probably. I'm like crazy Tetris with packing a van. I can get treble the amount of stuff into a van than anyone else. So someone will be like, right, you need 3 vans. I can do it in 1. I got the van Tetris down. All right. Ooh, that's cool. Sick. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, what am I going to tell you? I got to let you know our sponsor for today. Our sponsor here on the Meaningstream. Guess what? It's Meaningwave.com. Guess what? Meaningwave. Guess why? Because happiness is a side effect of meaning. Did you know that? Did anyone ever tell you? Head on over to Meaningwave.com and check out our Meaningwave stuff. Why have we still got Christmas things up? Have we not done enough new stuff to get rid of the Christmas yet? Maybe not. We've just done loads of streams. Look at all these streams we've done. I need to change that. I shouldn't say new music, I should say blog, because it's not just new music, unless I need to recategorize. Look, these are cool new clothes we've got. See how they're cool they are? That's the 90s party design. And that's the Meaningwave garden. That was a weird sneeze. That's the Garden of Meaningwave design right there, and that's the VHS one that Hercules helped me design. They're all very nice. And look, we've got a Discipline Gets Things Done shirt. Very lovely. We've got a CD. Look at that lovely CD. Look at all these nice things. Look at all these nice things. Look at all these nice things. So many nice things at meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. Oh yeah. And also there's the handy resources support Meaningwave. And you can go on over there and you can make a one-time donation, because you're so very grateful for the joy that Meaningwave has brought you, and you're very aware that the paltry 0.04 cents a stream that Spotify pays is really not indicative or reflective of the value that Meaningwave brings to your life, of course. So anyway, meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. We'll be back tomorrow, by Jove, by golly. Illink says the garden design is lovely. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? We'll be back tomorrow with this. Look, this. We've got Anomaly coming in. Our good friend Anomaly is coming in, and we're going to be hanging out and chatting and thing. We are joined on Meaningstream by Brother Anomaly, cultural and political commentator, rapper, and world-famous disco dancing chandelier botherer. And we can go into what I mean by that. Mañana, we'll discuss his journey, the world and the lane he's created for himself, and maybe even how to consistently piss off every side of every political argument, because he's very good at that. That's one of his superpowers, and we'll discuss all that tomorrow right here on the Meaningstream, and we look forward to seeing you there. Bye, Joe. Where's my camera? Camera, come back to me. There we go. We can also look forward to new music being announced very, very soon. We've got 2 albums in the can. I'm doing the artwork right now. Once the artwork is done, I think we should be able to let you know when they're coming out, which is very, very soon. And you'll obviously hear right here first that new music exclusively on the Meaningstream. And you're going to shit your pants, frankly. And obviously not literally, because that would be horrible. You know, what would be a nicer way of saying that? You know, you're going to explode with an orgasmic joy and wonderment. You know what I mean? All the little hairs are going to stand up on the end of your body, and your whole being will feel as if it's ascending to the heavens. That's what will happen. You won't soil yourself. That would be gross. We really have to really constantly monitor our language, don't we, brothers and sisters? We have to be very, very, very careful about what we're putting out there into the world. Here at the Meaningstream, we only want to be putting out beauty and glory and joy and the occasional little snorty laugh. You know, that's all we want to do. And of course, we're very grateful to you for being here, and to everyone who supported the show tonight and who supports Meaningwave in general anytime. Particularly those of you who let the world know the truth of the matter, which is that Meaningwave exists. By Jove, it doesn't no matter what the music press tell you. Meaningwave actually does exist, and it's wonderful and very, 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 very good and powerful and useful. You know, good and powerful and useful is what we need more of, brothers and sisters. And with that being said, we're going to get out of here. When I mean me, I mean all of us. Kick the like in the dick on the way out. Leave a comment. And we'll see you tomorrow. That means mañana. God bless. Good night. Love to you and your family. Hasta luego, baby.